Welcome to Rethink Gaming's Sunday Night RPGs, featuring Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks as always to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. If you want to support this content, please consider joining us on Patreon or checking out Rethink Gaming on DM's Guild. Let's begin. When last we were together, we had just defeated the great Chardalin dragon as it laid siege to Goodmead after having already destroyed Dugan's Hole, or poor Dugan's Hole. The party is standing over the shattered remains of the dragon, pieces of Chardalin, some as small as a coffin nail, some as large as a wagon wheel, scatter all over the streets. What are we doing?
I need a nap.
Yeah, I need a nap.
That was tough.
I guess there's nothing to loot. We normally loot the body, but
I mean, there's all these rocks everywhere, right? Surely someone can clean them up.
I forget, is the Chardalin useful to us?
You have yet to find a use for any of it. You have dealt with quite a bit of it so far.
Every time we touch it, something bad happens.
Yeah, there's something not good about it.
that's true.
I made a skinning knife out of some kind of metal that has whispers, but I don't know if it was Chardalin. It may have been something else.
Hmm.
It's like skinning knife, like whispers, like weird things. But I don't remember if it was the Chardalin or not.
Bellian is going to help with the firefighting brigade and searching for people and so forth. Anybody else who wants to do that certainly can.
I'm in. Yep.
The mead hall is
Okay.
untouched for those in immediate need of rest.
We did good work here today, guys. Saved the meat all. Saved what mattered.
And we did save the meat all.
Everything else can be rebuilt.
The citizens
How are the locals dealing with addressing this? Are they pretty scattered, or are they
they
organizing fairly well too? Okay.
So
Well, then I will
as some time goes
find a group
on,
and start.
yeah, and we get all the people pulled out of the buildings and such. An hour or two later, people who ran for the hills return. People are in shock, dismay, grief over the loss, and so forth, but also triumphantly heralding the heroes of Goodmead who saved them from complete destruction.
Is the improved weather lasting as long as we want it to, or does it have a time limit?
I think we spun that down. I don't know. You tell me. Whether did we continue with the improving of the weather, or did we decide to not continue to do that?
What is on? I also recall it was getting sunny, but I don't.
I hear you typing, but not speaking.
I hear some static or something, Blake.
That's weird. I don't know why.
There you are.
Oh, there you
Sorry, I got a new setup, so I don't know. But there may be some kinks to work out still.
I get that. We were wondering if you were continuing to concentrate on the orb to change the weather, or if you had stopped.
Oh, I think we had said we stopped that last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Before it ended. Yeah.
So it's once again cold and windy and dreadful.
So me and the witch are helping with the fire brigade.
Yeah, Toman too.
Yeah.
For
I'm
searching.
using, yeah. The ice breath is coming in handy.
Cool. So yeah,
I'm not a healer by any stretch of the imagination. I can got a more put together head in all this chaos, and I'm helping get people like out of the chaos, if you will.
yeah.
And
Well,
assigning tasks like you and you do this. You three go do this thing.
they've commandeered some of the larger buildings along the north side and are using those as quarters to triage the wounded. Most people, who were harmed by the dragon's blast were killed outright. So there's not a lot of them, but there are a few collapses and so forth.
Loot the body.
The dragon's body?
Oh no,
The villager's body.
the villager's body.
Wow.
Pocket full of sadness and lint.
Yeah.
And we're back to the norm.
Anyway, food and drink is free at Goodmead for the heroes of the city. I assume we're taking a rest.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at that long rest button.
So during our rest, is there anything that I forget the witch's name? What is her name?
Velian.
Lillian. Bellianne, we appreciate your assistance.
Of course. Quite pleased to see that you're so skilled.
So you had mentioned that there was possibly some assistance that you were needing.
Indeed. I need your help to find an ancient city buried under the ice. This city, Yerthrin, is a lost fragment of the Empire of Netheril, whose wizards created many of the magic items we find scattered across the world today. It holds magic beyond our wildest dreams. We might even find something there to end this hateful winter. Intrigued?
What do you think, gents?
Well, if it's buried underneath the ice, with that how
Yes.
with how handy that orb came in, we should be able to make a path to a city under the ice fairly easy.
We have another solution.
Another solution?
Using divination magic, the Arcane Brotherhood has learned the city is buried deep inside the Reghead Glacier. But the glacier can be cracked at a place where the waterfall once flowed down its side, but has since frozen. We've already found the waterfall. All we need now is a magic item to break open the glacier. Written and guarded by Auru's followers, the Codicil of White is rumored to contain a spell or ritual that can carve the passage through the Reghead Glacier, under which the lost city is buried. Divination magic has revealed this book is being held in a frost giant fortress on a mist-shrouded island in the sea of moving ice.
That sounds awesome. Sea of moving ice.
There will be the matter of transportation, unless you have a ship.
Do we?
We had a rowboat at one point. I don't think we still have it.
Oh no.
No, child, the sea of moving ice is named aptly. Huge pieces of floe crash into one another at random. Very treacherous. I would not recommend traversing without a skilled and experienced captain.
Do you
I
know
think-
an Do we know one?
I do not. However, there are those that make passage. For example, the Great Northern Prison receives ships on the regular. It's far from here. I don't know if you would enjoy the walk, but certainly possible.
This is the same prison that we were at before.
Yes, that's one she's referring to.
Yeah. All right, a couple things here. We had this random hook about a pirate ship stuck in the ice. We could go get our own ship. And then they say that this place is on an island in the sea of moving ice. We have another plot hook there. With the whale boat.
We can go.
Go ahead.
Like, did we want to go back to the prison?
We could do that and book passage, or we could go get our own ship. This pirate ship.
I like the idea of a pirate ship a whole lot better.
Yeah. Black sails and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone know how to sail?
I don't think this character does.
So wasn't there a? Didn't we talk to a gentleman who drank too much once? That was a sailor. In some bar that we were at.
It was a sheriff.
I was a sheriff. I'm up for looking for a pirate ship.
Where shall I await you? She asks.
Do we have a map of all of this?
A map of all of what?
The Sea of Frozen Ice, or Moving Ice, rather.
It's not well mapped, but it's in the northwest corner of this map. The
We gotta go up
Glacier
towards the glacier. Yeah.
being on the northeast side. Revel's End was on the edge of the Sea of Moving Ice, right about where the E is in Icewind Dale.
Yeah. So, get something from some island up there. Go to the glacier. Okay, and where's that that prison at?
Down south of Redwaters.
No, it's almost the very north part of the map. Let me get you a letter. 1 second. Oh my god, so much data. Revel's End is up there.
All right, so we could try to go here, find that pirate ship. It's just northwest of Bremen, a quarter mile from shore. If that's a bust, then we could go here. We can charter a ship to wherever that other thing is. And then from there, we go all the way to this damn glacier.
Isn't the glacier in the other direction?
The glacier's
Or
over
is
here.
this a different glacier?
Yeah. So, is she going to go with us to look for the artifact?
She is not planning on going with you to look for the artifact.
Okay. So, either way, we could just meet her at that prison. Right? So, where are we at? Right here. Here. There you go. Go try and find the pirate ship, right? If we find it, we can move on to wherever this island is, right? If that's a bust, we can go here to that prison and get passage either way, right? See what I'm saying? No?
Yeah. Any side quests that are in that same direction?
Well, that's the thing, right? That the pirate ship thing's kind of a side quest.
Okay.
We can try and get our own ship. If it's like stuck or whatever, we can still go to the prison. If not, we just go directly to the island, and we'll meet her at the prison either way, and then head to the glacier after we get the thing.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to ask her to wait for you at Revel's End?
Yes.
Okay. Very well. We shall make good time. Remember, I seek not only the book, but also the professor's orb. It was stolen from me by a former colleague named Nas Lantamir. Find Nas and you shall find the orb. It can answer questions about the book.
Got it.
Sounds like a very helpful orb.
Indeed, it has powerful divination capabilities. Also, it's been in my family for generations.
We need any additional equipment before we set off on this quest.
She shrugs.
All the meat we can carry.
Any other business in Goodmead?
Do they have any plate armor here?
No. Let me check, but Goodmead's not high in supply. Bryn Shander will be.
We'd stop by Bryn Shander.
Goodmead's services rating is 1 snowflake. Yeah, Bryn Shander is a 3 snowflake town. And also, you are eligible for a discount at Black Iron Blades
Hmm.
because of that thing that you did with the goblins.
I have some random stuff, so I think I can get enough for plate now. If I can part with my malachite beard comb set with inlaid garnets.
Garnets.
You need a little extra. I'm willing to sell some of my trinkets.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, let me triple check, but I don't think. Yeah. Aside from huge pieces of charlatan, which is mostly valuable to certain Dwargar whom you have killed, nope. Okay, so we're done with business in Goodmead for today.
Yeah.
Are we hitting the road?
Should we go into Bryn Shander first?
That's what the party wants. Let's do it.
Yeah, if you guys need stuff there, let's go.
With
Sounds like a plan.
outfit the hairy child.
Okay, so if you're traveling together, Valian's more than willing to let you use the dog sleds if you want to, or she can carry on her own. Whatever you prefer.
Ed, dog sleds. Why not?
Yeah. Dog sleds.
All right, mush mush.
Here's a reminder of my new ability with elk. We should be going at double the pace.
Oh yeah, that's true. Consulting the handy chart, you're gonna get there pretty fast. If you remember this wonderful and beautiful Rethink game product, Goodmead to Bryn Shander, or no, Bryn Shander to Goodmead, is normally normally 3 hours by dog sled. I guess it's an hour and a half by elk. Does that stack? I think.
It says double. Yeah. Your travel pace is doubled for anybody within 60 feet of me.
So yeah, you fly there in an hour and a half.
Good doggies.
So you are there by.
If we thought it was cold before.
True. Bundle up tight, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then you stop in Bryn Shander to do some shopping in the Black Iron Blades.
Up somewhere to sell these malachite beard comb and the obsidian dwarven sandals, which, based on their labels, would be 1,000 gold.
What's their purchase value?
That is the cost that's over there. So I don't know how much you need to
Um,
haggle for it.
Since you're of high renown and well liked, 75% of cost.
Okay. 750. All right, and then I'll start inspecting the armor and see if I can find a good set that fits me.
In
Wait.
fact, the Garn Hammer operates black iron blades, and being a shield dwarf, he starts everything off in dwarven size, which is usually annoying to his customer base. In your case, there are suits of armor ready to go.
Just regular plate. Any special items?
No, his stuff is relatively cheaply made. It's good quality, but it's not like fine enough to make into a magical item. So at a discounted price, how deep is discounting?
I'll look for an upgrade to my chainmail. I'll trade that into, which is another 75 gold.
Okay. So your cash price for a suit of plate mail is 975 gold. You were looking at something else, you said? Mail?
Yeah, the main thing was the plate armor. I don't think I had anything else.
Yeah, that's 975.
Okay.
Just for you, this time only. Is anything that you want to buy?
975.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get that sorted out. I'll get the
Here, I'll toss it on you.
cool.
Plate in your inventory.
Ooh.
Any other business?
I'm good.
Looking through my inventory, I think
I'm
I'm
good.
all right.
Okay. Well, Bryn Shander to Targos is 15 minutes? No, 30 minutes? So
30 minutes, I believe.
that's a quick jaunt. With the dog sled. Then you guys parting ways here? Or are you heading north toward Lonelywood, or tell me your plans.
Do we part ways and head north?
All right, so she's gonna take the dogs towards the prison, up through Tourmaline, and past the Black Cabin, and so forth. So now you are afoot, Targos, to well, no, I guess we have to go the other way. Bremen to Targos. Takes you an hour and a half. So we are middle of the afternoon by now. Don't think you've been to Bremen before.
Oh yeah.
Think so. Maybe. But sleepy town on the west bank of the lake, south of the river mouth. founded by dwarven prospectors.
Is this a treasure map? Because it says there's buried treasures here.
No, Buried Treasures is the name of business establishment,
Talk about false advertising.
right?
Yeah.
Buried Treasures is the inn.
Okay.
All right, make sure we have provisions, snowshoes.
I've got snowshoes. Are we stopping by the town hall? Where do we want to go into? Are we coming in on the south side of town?
Really, you can walk directly across the lake. It's frozen solid, or river rather. So you would come in from the west. No, from the east, going west.
So is the plan to come into town and say we're looking for a pirate ship?
Yeah, we can ask around about that. There's one it's supposed to be north and west of the town.
So should we stop by the inn or the town hall and just ask a few questions, get the lay of the land?
It's not by the taverns. I trust drunks more than politicians.
5 Taverns Center. There are 5 taverns standing in a semicircle around a central yard at the heart of Bremen.
It's my kind of town, lads.
The 5 taverns are called Stones, Even Keel, the River's Mouth, the Grumpy Moose, and the Black-Bearded Brother. All of them look old and poorly maintained.
So do we have to go into one at a time?
Unless
I
you're
assume.
splitting up. Yes, they're all, like I said, sort of built around a square, kind of facing one another. It's an unusual sight, for sure.
Guess they're not worried about competition. You guys want to try the moose?
It's a good place to start.
That's as good
Let's
enough
go.
place as any.
All right, so you head into the Grumpy Moose, and you notice that most of the establishment is dwarf-sized. It's possible for humans to sit comfortably. Not easy, but possible. A slim-looking dwarf from behind the bar waves at you over the head of 3 or 4 customers. Not exactly a crowded establishment. Welcome! Welcome to the Moose! What can I get you?
I'll take the finest, tallest mead you've got.
Absolutely. Coming right up.
I'll take your largest, cheapest ale.
Did my brothers say my ale was cheap? It's good stock, I assure you.
Prove it.
No, he's just poor. No offense intended.
There ain't no virtue in being poor. I'm about to starve myself. He pours a nice heaping mug that overflows foam onto the table. You lads, you need anything? You didn't come all this way not to drink a brew.
Oh yeah, tell them whatever looks good.
Okay.
I suppose I'll have something.
First round's on me.
Well, if anybody is not specific, he's going to pour you the ale he's already got in his hand.
Ale is fine, especially when it's free ale.
It's good. It's Shield Dwarf stock. It's hearty stuff. So, I don't suppose you lads would be the heroes everybody's been talking about.
Well,
Who's been talking about me? Point him out.
Oh, don't mean to offend. But I keep hearing stories about this group of fellas going to and fro, doing jobs and tasks. Wish you'd have been here a few weeks ago.
Why is that?
Oh, we had a nasty business with a lake monster. I think it's sorted.
You think it's sorted?
Well, there still ain't no fishing on account of this god-awful cold. But, praise to Oral, hasn't flooded this year. He smiles weakly.
How did you get rid of this beast?
I don't know. Hadn't heard, actually. Still, I'd have thought you'd have done it if you were the ones who came by. I've heard you've done a great many things.
It seems like everyone needs something.
They do at that. And you, pours your cup back full again, need another ale, don't you?
Just keep it topped off.
Absolutely, sir. You'll have no need to visit those other establishments, I assure you. They got the same stock as me, getting it from the same place, our cousin, same cousin, all 5 of us brothers. However, you'll not find service like we've got in the Moose, not anywhere else in Bremen or all of the 10 towns. The guy at the end of the bar, can I get an ale? You shut up! You haven't paid me all week.
So are we curious about the sea monster, or are we just going to talk about our pirates?
We should find out about the sea monster, and if it shows up as we track down a pirate ship, we can take care of it then.
We have never fought a sea monster before.
Well, we never fought a giant artificial dragon until yesterday.
Oh, a dragon, you
so.
say?
How hard can a sea monster be?
I hadn't heard the tale. Oh, you mean the great white witch that flies above the sea of moving ice? You mean
Different
that?
dragon.
Oh,
No,
there's
no.
2?
Startling dragon.
Chardolin. What
craft.
be Chardolin?
Some manner of crafted creature.
Huh? Fought it, did you?
Smashed it to bits, we did.
That deserves an ale. You can pay for the ale, yes?
My
Yes,
friend's-
sir.
He fills it up again.
So you said there was a witch that flew over a mountain or over an island?
Oh, that great white dragon with the frozen old fool on his back.
Oh, we met that guy.
Yeah.
She's a vicious beast, that one. Kill you as soon as look at you. She's living out that way. He points toward the northwest. I wouldn't go out there if I was you.
It's actually where we're headed.
Oh? You're gonna kill yourselves another dragon, then?
If it comes to that.
Make sure you get her. You wouldn't want her to come storming this direction, all heaved off and wanting to freeze people.
Do you know anything else about anything up there? We heard there's probably a pirate ship frozen in the ice.
A ship, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, you must mean the Duchess. Yeah. Fella
Sure.
got stuck quite some time ago. You can see the whole thing. Frozen, right where it stands. Don't imagine there's much need to go in there. Unless you're sightseeing and all.
I was hoping to get myself an eye patch.
Bet they burned them for warmth, but you'd find that clear far to the west. Once you hit the shore, turn left, keep walking until you find it. It's not hard to spot. Big brown thing covered in a frosty tinge like that. I've heard the sailors talk about it. Though not as many lately, I suppose. Could be it's frozen solid. Come to think of it, I haven't had a seafaring bloke in here for nigh a year. I suppose. Did you need another ale, sir?
Keep it topped off.
Yes, I suppose you might head up toward the Diving Bell.
And what is that?
Well, there be a whale up that way. It's a persnickety thing. Most folks leave it alone. Goes by the name of an ajuk.
Some whale that's got a name.
Indeed. It's awake, you see.
Ooh.
Anyway, if you can come to an accord, get it on its good behavior, it might be willing to take you places and talks to all manner of folk, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind serving him a drink in my bar. Learn a thing or two from him, I bet.
I'm sure he's got a story. It's got to be a whale of a tale.
Indeed. Indeed.
Ooh.
As
What's
they
your name?
say, she can, or he can take you under the water. Though I wouldn't go myself. Dwarves below water? Oh, no, sir. Below ground. That's us.
You said the whale was close?
Almost due north of here. Head north till you reach the sea. Turn left. Hard to miss.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Oof.
Well, it's getting late. You certainly need a place to stay. Maybe you'll come by for breakfast.
What are you serving?
Oh, what do you like? I mean,
Whale jerky.
Oh, afraid I'm out of that. I could get you some nice knucklehead. We've got Axbeak egg and gruel, of course. Truth be told, I haven't served breakfast before, but for the like of you, and for some coin, I would gladly try.
Got some knucklehead caviar.
Oh. I'll do my level best.
All right. Some scrambled fish eggs.
We'll make a dwarven go of it for sure.
You guys ready to go talk to a whale?
Yeah.
Any
Let's
other
do it.
business we want to do here?
Pub crawl, all five taverns.
We
Yes.
could do a pub crawl.
Are you guys having this conversation?
No. We'll wait for him to walk off.
He's not. He does not leave your table.
Okay.
Unless we happen to empty a pitcher, and then he'd have to go get another one. But he's on you like glue, eager for the business. If that's
Kind
all
of
that is.
creepy.
Yeah.
What's your name, friend?
I'm Roderick.
Sidebar, Roderick's my new favorite character. Fetch us another picture, would you?
Aye, right away.
All right, now we can talk amongst ourselves briefly.
And I don't know how much we're gonna learn in the other other flavored taverns. We got a whale that can take us underwater. We know where the ship is. There's some sort of sea monster out there, and we know that our good dragon friend is also lurking about. Do we want to test one more and see if there's any more? Or just head to our whale?
I don't want to see if there's anything weird going on about this town. I don't know if he's just an overly friendly waiter or there's something else going on.
I say we drink this town dry, and if all 5 of these pubs are still standing at the end of the night, we've done a bad job.
You don't have to ask me twice.
All right, so you guys are ready to close out your tab at this one?
Yep.
Yeah. I got this one, fellas.
Your total comes to 4 gold.
Dang.
Let's give him 6 and go to the next one. I'm generous.
He's absolutely ecstatic. So which one are you going to next? I guess the next one around the corner? To the left of the Grumpy Moose is the river's mouth, and to the right is the black-bearded brother.
To the right, to the right, to the right.
There you go. The Blackbeard brother it is.
Okay. So the black-bearded brother is adorned with mining equipment that's been bolted to the walls. The tables are upside-down mining carts. Inside are about 6 or 7 people, a few dwarves, half-elf, human, and a dragonborn, all sipping away at steaming mead. The bartender looks up, and indeed, he's got a flowing black braided beard, comes down past his belt, which is a little ostentatious for dwarf culture. He gives you the slow head tip nod. Welcome to my establishment. Can I pour you a drink?
Greetings, brother. What's the specialty of your tavern here?
We like to serve them hot, keep you warm inside.
Sure, I'll have one of those and whatever news you might have of the area.
News. Oh, I see. Yes. Well, have a seat. Have a seat. He pulls up a couple extra chairs. The mining carts are set up to seat 4, but there's nobody else sitting at several of the tables. So he's able to tuck you all around one cart.
Cozy.
He brings earthen cups, kind of look like coffee cups, and holding 2 foaming kettles. Do you like cider or mead?
I'll try your cider.
So he fills your cup almost to overflowing with cider. Who else?
I will try the mead. I've never had hot beer.
He fills your cup. Likewise for anybody else who's willing to try.
I'll have one of each.
That's my lad.
I've got 2 hands, don't I?
You're one of them rugged boys, aren't you?
Nods.
Always welcome here. So he serves the drinks. Now, you was asking about the news, you say?
Yeah, give us the good word. What's the latest gossip? I can roll with advantage for persuasion if you want, since he's a dwarf.
Sure. Did you hear what happened to that evil wizard in East Haven?
Oh, love to hear the news of it far out here. What's the story they tell around these parts?
Well, they say they tied him to the stake and lit him on fire because he'd hired some 10-towners to help him go find a buried tower and then killed him to keep its location secret. One of them told me where the tower's at. I wouldn't go myself, but maybe something you'd like to explore?
Was that a prison, was it?
No. No, this is to do with the Netherese, I believe. Arcane Brotherhood.
Continue. Please.
Second.
Too many side quests. Oops, I can't remember what we've already heard.
I got notes.
One of the lads came running through here, seeking refuge and trying to hide from the Brotherhood. He said the tower was in the tundra, out to the east of Caer Konig. It's a spire, shattered into pieces and embedded in the earth upside down. Part of some Netherese city that crashed.
I'm assuming we would know what the Netherese were.
You could ask him.
I need to make a history check, see if I remember.
Yeah, you can do that too. So the Netherese, Villian was talking about them. They're ancient wizards, presumed to be responsible for many of the magic items that are floating around the Forgotten Realms. They used to rule in flying cities, but none are currently known to exist.
Yeah, this is the quest that we're currently on to meet her out at the prison after we find the orb that can crush the ice underneath the waterfall.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I mean, I remember the prison was like kind of a tower, like built into a cliff, but it sounds like this is totally different with a spire and way out east. Character.
Did
Thanks
the
for sharing.
gentleman,
I
did he
guess
give you any other information?
No, that's about all he'd say.
What about local? Any local news?
Oh, they say there's a beast running about the mare, but I don't believe it. It's been frozen solid for so long. Is no, I was gonna say, is that you, Blake? Because I heard fuzziness. I don't know if maybe you were trying to speak. That's about all he knows in terms of news.
Next tavern.
Next tavern.
I don't suppose you serve breakfast, do you?
What? Breakfast? Wait a minute. Did one of my brothers offer you breakfast?
Oh,
Which slack-beard one was it? We never discussed serving breakfast, never, not once.
Who's the
Yeah.
short one?
he doesn't serve breakfast. He doesn't even know how to make breakfast. We were just asking.
Ricky? It was Ricky? Oh, I'm gonna have a word with him.
Oh, nice. All right, we'll pay him and leave.
We don't want to see a dwarf fight or a
I think we're about to have like a 5-on-5 by the time we get to all the taverns. And
nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just get a few more in there.
So the dwarf hollers after Steward to keep an eye on things. Exits the front door, and you can see him making a beeline directly across to the river's mouth.
All right, I'll pick up this tab. How much was it?
Little over a gold and a silver.
All right. Next more.
Okay, well, if you're
Do
working
we,
your
do
way
we want
around,
to?
next would be stones.
So
Are we
you said
following him, or are we going to the stones? Because he went into a different one. He didn't go into the moose.
Where do we see him go?
Into the river's mouth.
The river's mouth. Okay. All right, I say we go into the stones.
Yeah.
All right. So in the stones, you see that stones are part of the motif. They are set into the walls, different smooth river stones, forming a pattern almost like a backsplash along a 2 or 3 foot section of the wall all the way around. The tables each have a stone set in the center as well. Just smooth river stones. A auburn blonde dwarf woman comes rushing over to you as you come in and says, "Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to the Stones. Come this way." In a hushed voice, she says, "What can I be getting for you?"
What do you have?
"We've got the finest ale and bread from the valley."
A loaf of bread and a beer for me.
"Wonderful. Sorry, but we're out of mead."
Hey, it is then.
She steps softly over the two gentlemen in the corner are having a conversation, and she shushes them pointedly. Slowly, because of her stealth, she brings 2 pitchers and 2 loaves of bread, sets them at your table. "We appreciate your business. My husband and I struggle to keep this afloat. Very glad you decided to come in."
You seem to appreciate the quiet too.
"Well, Raynar's taken a nap, you know." "If you be needing anything, just raise your hand. I'll see it from across the bar. Got some dishes to wash." She turns and heads away. Make a perception check. Anybody who wants to. Toman, you hear through the walls, across the street, 2 dwarves are screaming at each other. Insults, curse words, the boot. It's soft, but you can hear it. Can't quite make out all of it. Occasionally you can. Somebody's mother's a whore. Well, that's your mother too, so ha.
Well, if this brother's asleep, do we want to try to wake him up? Or do you want to go outside and see the commotion?
I'll fake sneeze very loudly.
Okay. She comes rushing over. "How can I help you? What do you need?"
Oh, it's just allergies, you know.
"Oh, very sorry, sir.
Lots
Please
of pollen.
don't
Can be hard.
wake Raynar. He's drunk as fill, and he's really mean. You wake him up too soon."
Oh, jeez.
Like a domestic situation here.
Yeah. It is a little too heavy for me. Next tavern.
We could at least ask her if there's any other news of the day.
No, she says you'd have to ask the boss. Haven't heard a thing.
Bless your heart, lass. Good luck.
Thank you. She wants. Oh no, never mind. She forgets to ask you to pay.
Nice. We'll leave what we think is appropriate.
Could we leave her like a javelin or some sort of defensive weapon?
11 javelins. I get spare one.
11 javelins. All right. Strange custom, but okay.
I feel like that'll only escalate things.
Just giving her options.
All right, so as you step into the street, you can hear two brothers just screaming at each other, and they're pink from screaming, and they're really not tit for tat anymore. They're just both screaming directly at one another without much room for pause. Conversation has shifted to Dwarvish, but does not seem pleasant, even for those that don't speak the language. For those that do, it's pretty much what you'd expect.
All right, see if I can get him to explain what's going on out here.
Well, you could. Reinhardt is accusing Ricky of offering breakfast to passersby in order to try and finally get the black bearded brother shut down. Ricky is telling Reinhardt that he's absolutely full of grog, and Ricky hasn't even seen a customer all day that wasn't from here and doesn't have any idea what he's talking about. And Reinhardt has it on good authority that he did this, etc.
Easy, lads. Suppose this might be my fault a bit.
They
Ooh,
pause. They're screaming at one another.
Are they arguing about the guy at the stone offering us caviar for breakfast in the morning?
The moose.
Yeah, I think that was the moose.
Yeah. The
No,
grumpy
the
moose
stone.
is the one that offered us breakfast.
No, the guy in the stone, right? But the moose
I think-
offered you breakfast too?
We asked for breakfast at the stone, and that's when he got all mad and went outside and started yelling at the dude that owns the river.
I think
Reinhardt says, "Wait a minute. You mean to tell me it was Reinhardt the Stones that told you there was breakfast?
That's the one. Really nice guy, actually.
Ricky, let's go
Yeah.
talk to that son of a bitch." Ricky says, "Ah!" And the two of them go into the stones and start screaming.
Problem solved.
see what you're doing. Nice.
I think we're good to go now. Let's go to the next one.
We've done good here today.
Nice job, Luke. You can sort it all out.
All right. Yeah, so you hear screaming and throwing and crashing of furniture. And a woman is hollering, trying to get them all to calm down. And they're in a three-way brawl at this point.
He just sent him into the place with the drunk dude to beats his wife.
Yep.
Oh. So let's go into the river. We haven't been in there yet.
To the next tavern.
Next one around the way is the even keel.
Let's go in.
Well, as you come in to the even keel, you see a very, let's say, 70s motif. There's smooth colors, flowing curtains hanging around the walls. There's incense being burned in just about every corner of the room. There are no customers and no tables, but several fluffy pillows. Well, not fluffy.
Their
but
breakfast.
They're large pillows. They appear to be made of burlap and stuffed, quite full, probably with wool. A single, ordinary-looking dwarf is sitting cross-legged in the back of the bar, meditating near some bottles, various colors.
Oi, you serve drinks here?
The dwarf opens one eye. I do. He opens the other eye. Stretches just a bit. Welcome to the even keel. Please, sit. Be yourself.
I'm gonna finish what Sigger started here and ask what his breakfast offerings are.
We serve no food here, sir. But I do have some fine brandies imported from across the realms.
Well, the other taverns are serving breakfast.
So competitive. Always worried about profit, those silly, silly men.
If you're not worried about profit, can I get one of those brandies for free?
I don't know. Have you done a good deed today?
Oh, you wouldn't believe.
We've helped families reunite
Shh,
today.
no, no. Don't tell me. That will taint your karma. Yes, you may. Here,
Yes.
apple absinthe from Mithranor.
Wow.
Hey.
Allegedly, anyway.
Knock off base.
Apple bootleg.
Yeah, he takes a vial of green liquid, pours it into a tall, thin glass, about halfway for each. Pours 6 or so of them, just sort of teetering there precariously on the floor, and gestures deeply for you to take. The guy is still sitting cross-legged on the floor.
I wait for Garen to drink first. Just to be sure.
I'm gonna break out my monocle of whatever minuscule inspection or whatever this thing was, and give it a once over.
Okay. It is not magical. You're not detecting any properties. It is a mundane beverage.
Well, I do a little dragon breath, freeze it over to try to dull the taste,
Okay.
and take a sip.
It tastes overwhelmingly of black licorice, mildly of apple, and just with a hint of silt.
And no alcohol.
Oh, it's got a powerful punch, but it doesn't hit you until you breathe out after drinking it.
Worth it, my friends. Worth it.
So tell me about the elves that decorated this place.
No, my brother, I decorated this fine establishment. We all need to relax. My brothers are far too uptight. We promised Mother we'd go into business together, you see, and couldn't agree on the decor.
You guys opened up 5 bars because you couldn't agree to the decorations?
Well, it seemed that there would be other difficulties to follow. Can't you hear the ruckus the 3 of them appear to be putting on at this very moment?
Yeah, I heard those guys insulting each other's mothers.
Not the brightest lot, my brothers. Not you. Those brothers. You know what I mean.
Maybe you should go try and help them if you're related. Maybe you can bring peace to the, debacle.
I will meditate on the matter. You may be right. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Place is creeping me out. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Well, next is the river's mouth, which is currently completely empty because even the patrons are standing out front watching the brawl that's developing in the snow.
Well, should we at least find out what the decor is?
Yeah, I'll definitely take a peek in.
Well, the river's mouth features a fisherman's theme. There are some stuffed knuckleheads on the wall, various bits of fishing tackle, and oars.
This one's nice. It reminds me of Twin Peaks.
It's completely vacant at the moment.
I guess we'll join the crowd and ask the crowd, what's going
Oh
on
no,
out
I'll grab one of the chairs out of it, pull it outside, and sit and watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a burlap sack that's full of wool, pull it right over, and sit next to him.
Okay. Very cool. So yeah, the townspeople explain that these five had been competing for the same dried up piece of business here in Bremen for as long as any of them can remember. At least 20 years, but the last 10 have been very hard, or last 2 rather, have been very hard because the lake never thawed. The fight will ultimately end with Ricky unconscious, Reinhardt victorious, and Rudolph both of his eyes blacked. Or sorry, Raynar, both of his eyes blacked, and surrendering. Reinhardt spits on the ground and says, "No fucking breakfast!" and heads back to the bearded brother.
Oh man, I was going to ask him if they sorted out what we were having for breakfast.
Yeah, I thought that this was to figure out the menu.
All right, what do you want to do next?
We find a room and head out at sunlight tomorrow. We
I
done good
thought
work
we were
here.
gonna get breakfast.
I don't think breakfast is happening.
All right, so the Buried Treasures Inn.
Yeah.
It's an inn that caters to treasure seekers, specifically the ones who pan for treasure along the riverbank in warm weather. A middle-aged human woman greets you warmly and treats you like royalty. She seems eager to please and apologizes at the slightest provocation if she thinks you're not pleased with the service.
So do you have any beds that are like 8 feet long? I got this problem. My feet are always sticking off the edge. It's nothing worse than sleeping with cold feet.
We have a divan. I'll bring it up, sir. You're welcome to take any room that you like. We haven't had a guest in some time. I'll be up to check on you each. It's just me, so it'll take a moment. But be patient.
Do you serve breakfast?
We do, yes.
What do you
And
serve?
for breakfast in the morning, we shall have steak and eggs. We have ample supplies, sir. On the pot right now is some fine cabbage mutton. Please, eat all you like. My son used to eat the lion's share.
Where's your son?
Oh, you shouldn't have asked. It's going to be another one of those awkward, go there, help me do this. And you're going to feel obligated because you asked, you brought it up.
No, maybe we'll just give him a javelin and call it good.
What are they doing for?
so good that you pick up all those javelins. Those get out of jail free javelins.
So calling card now. Just gonna leave a javelin instead of paying.
She says, "Sir, I don't know. I hear he's made his home in a castle. At least that's what one of the tieflings said."
I gotta take the bait. Is he a prince, a king? A castle seems like a pretty good gig.
My child, a king? No, sir. No, sir. Just a simple commoner like me.
Obviously a tyrant if he's not riding his mother.
Well, I'd say so, but he's corrupted, you see. He's my only child, and we raised him well, and he used to help with chores and help me run the inn until only 2 months ago or so. He got lost one night after having joined a search party to find the speaker. They found the speaker, but Warar got separated and didn't find his way home until the morning. He had frostbite and could barely walk. As the days grew on, he displayed a meanness toward me that was uncharacteristic. His demeanor really changed after I found what looked like a shard of black ice in his room. He snatched it away and threatened to stab me with it if I ever touched it again. The next day, 2 tieflings, a man and a woman, came to the inn and offered him sanctuary in their castle. He left with them willingly, taking the shard with him and saying he'd never return again.
Do you know where
Oh.
this castle is?
I know of 2 castles in the 10 towns. There's a ruin at Caer Konig and a standing one at Caer Dineval.
Have we raided any of those castles?
I don't think so.
The 2 who came to collect him were wearing emblems that matched that icy shard. That symbol will probably tell you you're on the right path.
Would you draw it for us or tell us what it looked like?
Yeah. She's happy to. If I've got a... I think I do.
Did you say your speaker's missing?
He came back.
Yes, he got lost in the snow, but we found him. Something happened, though, during the search.
To him?
To my boy.
Oh, yes, to your boy.
Keep a small chartling dragon. Or am I misremembering that? Do we like set him free because he was somewhat evil?
I think you punted him, didn't you?
Okay.
Yeah, I threw him at the dragon when I missed.
Oh, that's right. Because we got one from the dwarf queen, whatever. Yeah,
Technically, I also have a different type of Charlin figurine. Statue of Deep.
I guess we could show it to her and see if it look the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
She's drawing it. Oh, there it
Here's
is.
what the symbol looks like.
Okay.
Someone's gonna eat and drink his fill and head to bed.
Okay. Anybody else have any business to conduct?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, good here.
All right. I don't think you need it, but I'll click the button again. Zeno. You awaken in the middle of the night. There is a small creature sitting on your chest, eating berries. You recognize immediately it's a chewinga.
We speak to Chewingas. I forgot.
We found a chewinga with some lantern.
He had a
Yeah.
thought and I think.
Do you have a thought connection, or do I need to do animal handling check? I remember. How did we communicate to them, Bob?
I don't think you did. I think it was
Okay.
pantomime and such.
Yeah, food.
I'm trying to find. Could have sworn I had art for this.
Yeah, there's a chewinga.
There are two types of Chewingas, but yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Which one are we looking at?
Little snowy dude
Eating berries.
sitting on your chest eating blueberries. Upon seeing you stir, it very gently sets one of the blueberries on your chest.
I slowly pick it up and offer it back to him.
He holds out the palm of his hand like he would be blowing across it, and snowflakes burst into your face. He hops off and runs out the door.
I get up, chase after him. How fast is this thing?
Well, as you round the corner, you cannot see it.
Do I still have the berry in my hand?
Yes.
Anything special about the berry?
I mean, it's slightly frozen.
Because you just spit in my face?
No, it was before.
I'm going to wake up my party. Is it the middle of the night? Sorry, before I do that.
It is the
So
middle of the night, yes.
So I just go to Wither. Does he still have that lantern? Do we still have that? Measuring. I go to Wither. I tell Wither all about it.
Chowingas, huh?
Firebolt.
Fireball. Let me see if I still have the lantern. I don't recall
I
if
have
I
it.
got rid of it or not.
Yeah, I think I was the last one to have it.
Yeah, Tillman has it.
All right. So Wither and I will go to Tillman. So Tillman, I woke up to a chewinga on my belly. Gave me a berry. Spit in my face and ran off. You still have that lantern?
Sure, here, take the lantern. Let me go back to sleep. Give him the lantern. I'll even light it for him.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna need to light it.
Kind of angrily, like a little too close to his face, singe his eyebrows.
Okay, so the flame turns bright green almost as soon as it's lit. And you can see little tiny footprints in the green light across the floor, down the stairs, and out the front door.
I'm following. Wither, are you coming with? You going back to bed?
Oh no, we can't hear what they're.
Then I'm not giving him a choice. I grab him by the arm, and we're walking, and we're following.
Okay, the lantern leads you to a relatively large stone. The trail seems to move directly into the rock.
I feel around the bottom of the rock to see if there's any optical illusion doors or any soft place that he could gone in. Am I able to feel anything?
Make a perception check. You don't feel anything. However, in basically seeing the rock through the eyes or through the light of the lantern, it's as though something is moving inside of it, as though the rock is an egg and you're candling it.
Is it the chewinga?
It's the right
Or does
size.
it look like something else?
No,
Hmm.
it's the right size to be the chewinga. It's not clearly established what it is.
Am I able to walk around it?
Yeah, the rock is it's about 18 inches in diameter.
Oh.
Yeah, chewingas are itty bitty. That's 6-8 inches
Oh, is that?
tall.
Yeah, I knew that. I guess in my mind I had him like running into a boulder, not running into an egg.
Well, it's a rock. It's not egg shaped or
Yeah.
anything. It's almost triangular in shape.
I knock on the rock and see if there's any response.
Seems solid. The creature inside shrinks to the opposite side of the rock when you do that.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to pick it up.
Okay, give me a strength check. It's too heavy. going to be hard to lift by yourself without hurting yourself.
Looking at my inventory. Am I able to tie a rope around it and drag it on the snow?
Yeah, you can push or pull or drag it. It weighs something north of 300 pounds. It's possible for you to lift it, but it would take a good roll.
How far away am I from the others?
Not far. You're maybe 30 feet from the door.
I give a good holler to our giant friend, asking if he can come out.
So Jerry had to step away.
Oh. Then Kosketh. Who's driving Kosketh?
Dave?
I am, yeah.
I'm calling out to Kosketh to see if he'd wake up and come out here and try to help me lift this thing.
Okay. He will stumble outside. What am I looking at?
Zuno is showing you a small boulder, asking you to help lift it.
I'm pretty sure there's a Chewinga inside. I show him the lamp.
As you hold the green-fired lantern near the rock, you can almost candle it like an egg and in fact see a small humanoid-shaped figure inside.
That's peculiar. Okay, so just a strength check.
If you're helping, you can give Zeno advantage on his, or vice versa. Zeno can give you advantage on yours.
Take the advantage and lift that.
Okay, you're able to lift it. Where are you going?
Say we go inside.
Where to?
Okay. So the two of you carry the boulder into the inn. Where to from there?
Oh, Kosketh, do you want to get everybody up and let's... And last time we found a Chewinga, I felt like they were pretty helpful, weren't they?
Yes, that little creature was quite nice to have around.
I don't know.
Although this is an odd state to find one in.
Yeah. So is waking up to sitting on my chest. He did give me this blueberry, which I'm still holding.
Those were quite helpful, if I remember correctly.
We wake the innkeeper and ask if there's any more blueberries, if they have any berries of any sort.
She rouses slowly but is eager to assist. She doesn't have any fruit, hasn't seen any for quite some time.
Any ideas, Kosketh?
On opening it? No.
I don't see an opening. It's almost like a solid rock. And I don't want to hurt it by smashing it open. Although I do have a nice history of smashing things open.
This is true.
Is the fire still going? Can we start a fire and put it next to the fire? See if it responds to any type of warmth.
It shrinks away from the warmth if you take it near the fireplace in the inn.
All right, let's not do that.
You tried knocking on the boulder yet?
I did knock on it, and it responded. It obviously could hear me, but it shied away from it.
Huh.
We can try again and see if it responds differently. I go ahead and knock.
Sure. Well,
I
It,
knock on the other side.
I mean, it moves away from any stimulus on the outside of the rock. The innkeeper is bemused and hesitates to ask, but she eventually is overcome. What are you doing?
Well, we've had many adventures over the last several months. One of the things we've come across is a chawinga. Have you ever heard of a chawinga?
I have, but those aren't real, dear. Just a child's tale.
Well, we have
so they are quite real.
actually befriended one and kept its company for quite some time. I woke up to one on my chest this evening.
Oh my. And is it in the rock?
That's my hypothesis.
Well, have you tried a kindness?
I do have a berry to offer it, but I'm not sure how to communicate to it.
Where did you find a berry?
It gave it to me when it was on my chest.
Oh, it's quite rude to turn someone's gift. That won't do. That won't do at all. Likes berries. I haven't any fruit. I know. She goes and she pours a thimbleful of wine. Perhaps it likes grape juice. She hands the thimble towards you. Try offering this to the rock?
Take the thimble, gently place it in front of the rock, whisper in the lowest voice I could possibly do, I'd like to share a berry over a glass of wine.
Try singing to it, dear.
Kazgeth, do you know any lullabies?
I do not.
Oh, come now. Surely your mother must have sung you some.
Well, you seem to have some. Your mother, do you have any lullabies to sing to it?
Of course. She kneels down close to the rock where the thimble is and starts softly singing a song. It's nice. It's pretty. It's not amazing, but definitely a soothing sound. And after a time, you see the little thing come creeping out of the stone as though the stone wasn't even there. Step forward and sniff at the thimble. It sits down, drinks deeply from the cup. My God, they are real.
I slowly sit down and I pop the berry in my mouth.
The creature looks at you with its head turned at an angle, climbs up your arm, onto your shoulder, thimble in hand, and takes a seat there.
Sweet. I got a.
I do believe you've made a friend.
I always wanted a monkey.
All right. And I think we will wrap it there. Tonight's episode will be entitled I've Always Wanted a Monkey. Thanks, everybody, for watching along, and we'll see you all in a week.